I've had Mr. O for 2 years now for English, and I can honestly say that he is one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life.
My name is Gabriel Oviedo, and I'm the GT teacher at Bush Middle School. I wanted to be an astrophysicist. Yeah, and I was geared always towards the science field. That's just what I was good at. And I realized that anything that I wanted to do required reading, writing, and thinking, whether it was a science field or a business field or whatnot. And so I wanted to convey that kind of passion to students. And then my very first teaching job was actually Northeast summer school at Roosevelt High School. And I had no context for teaching whatsoever. I had no materials, I had nothing. And I remember walking in I went up to the teacher and I said, okay, well, where are the materials? And she said, this is summer school. And this is 1999. And she said, this is summer school. There are no materials. You just sort of teach what you teach during the year. And I told her, I was like, I've never taught anything. And she said, well, here's a workbook. And I remember it was freshman English, and I was trying to teach them poetry. And I read them the book, and they just kind of sat there. It was Cats. Yeah, it was Cats by T.S. Eliot. And then I showed them a video clip. And luckily for me, they were all students who skated. And so they liked the acrobatics of the performance. And so I made it accessible to them. They got confidence in learning, and that's how I began my first year, thinking, oh, all kids are like this. You know, not so much that they were at risk or needy, but that they can learn anything if it's framed the right way. When I first started teaching, I'll be honest, I judged some students because they didn't do their work. And they noticed that about me. And that didn't encourage them to do work. And then from my own experiences, just as an educator, but more than that, my own experiences through my kids, they go through a lot. They're pulled in so many different directions. And they're here nonetheless. And they try, and sometimes their best effort is just to be here. That's a big step for some students. And I realized that if they're getting from me first that I'm noticing they're not doing their work, I'm not doing my work by inspiring them. And so I think a teacher needs to be patient, because the thoughts of a student, whether it's in middle school or in high school, are as important as the teacher's thoughts. Because we convey the information, but they have to internalize it. And if they don't internalize it, we have to figure out a way to do that. And so we have to be patient.
The biggest lesson that Mr. O has taught me is just to keep trying whenever you can't get the answer, and you can always think of different ways to answer something, and just be creative. He is one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life.
It validates my efforts. I like particularly when she said that she's learned to keep trying. Because that's what thinking is. It's not linear, it's not a single approach. And I think that's important. I think in the end, I don't want them to remember a poem we've read or a play we've read. I want them to be able to look at anything and think about what it means to them, to others, to the world. So I'm thankful.